Oh boy. This trick is so hard. God, that enemy messes me up a lot. That's. I wonder if I should even go for the drop dashes there. It doesn't really seem to save me time, and it does cause me to mess up there sometimes due to just the momentum of that jumping from a roll. This is a very volatile tactic. I'm not really sure why I'm using it, but in all honesty, I probably should stop. I mean, that's definitely a lot safer and a lot easier. I just. I like the time save. Okay, I can do this a bit better. Really, I don't even know if I saved that much time with that path. I can break 22 if I do the other technique with the bounce, but it's also so much more risky that it's arguably not worth the extra time spent. So, let's see. Just a second. I'll try that one more time, and then I'll actually get on with the other levels I think I need to practice. I still feel like that's so middling compared to what I used to do, but it's also safer, so I guess I can settle for it. Messed up the technique. I really did have to go and make there be two different volatile techniques in addition to the normal boss skip in this game, huh? Just for Tidal Tempest. Why did I do that? Goodness gracious. Normally I do this skip perfectly and I never have to worry about doing the rest of the level in the present. Okay, I can do this properly. There we go. That's still like a world record worthy Tidal Tempest one, honestly. Or Tidal Tempest 2. I want to say like the best of the Tidal Tempest 2 times was still not that good. Even in like the original 2011 release, so I don't know, I guess Tidal Tempest 2 enjoyers really be flourishing in this new version, and I'm Tidal Tempest 2 enjoyers, honestly. Actually, my favorite level in the entire game, probably. Oh, hey, Night the Dragon, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, I'm playing Tidal Tempest Zone 2. It's one of my actual favorite levels to speedrun. I kind of messed up that strategy there, but it still managed to work. Basically, what I mean is just due to this version's updates, the level got a lot faster to run. Heck, I think that's a new record. Eventually, I'll get this down to like 35 seconds, but it's not quite there yet. Yeah, the super peel out makes this game really fun, but the main thing that is improved this level is the like the drop dash ability from Sonic Mania. It allows for a strategy I've been using that makes you able to like time travel earlier. That drop dash right there actually makes that normally you would not be able to do that time travel that early, but the drop dash makes you able to like continue your speed, and it's really kind of a big thing for this level. It saves at least like a second. It saves a solid second at the very least compared to the original strategy. Okay. Yeah, there hasn't been that many time travel like tricks you could do without with the super peel out. But well, I mean, I guess you can do it in some places that you shouldn't be able to, because I know I've seen people do it. It's not really conducive for a speed run, but okay. The point is there, I guess, but like I kind of messed it up, but. I mean, it's really useful for if you're doing time travel stuff, but then again, there's also better ways to get to the past, I think. At least at least in the path I'm going through. It's one of those things where I kind of do like the original clunkiness of the time travel, but I can understand why they might have changed it. Like, okay, what's the path I usually use for this? I forget. I don't think I'm able to do this properly. Yo, Antifreeze, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I definitely see what you mean. It's like it's convenient and it does solve some of the problems in the game, but it also does remove some of the charm of like the natural like level design that gives Sonic the ability to time travel. Like like I guess like the kind of like primitive time machines that are just like springs placed against each other. Oh. Anyway, speaking of bad time travel, we do not want that. That jump was spaced really weird, so like really a lot of this game is a lot of this run is actually trying to avoid time travel at any cost. It's actually pretty funny. I'm trying to practice some levels that are focused around that concept, but oh boy, I'm being too timid around those platforms. But also because Wacky Workbench just does this sometimes, I feel like maybe I'm not being timid enough. Oh yeah, believe me, you're absolutely right. Like, this level is very terrifying. Like, I played this level, like, a few hundred times already, and this level scares me no matter what in a speed run. I've gotten to the point where I'm able to get, like, roughly 30 seconds on it, which is pretty big. But this level's a lot of... It's a lot of skill and also a lot of luck, even in the best of scenarios. Okay, I messed this up this cycle, but... I've heard of Freedom Planet. I thought it used, like, the same engine as kind of like the remake for Sonic CD, and I've heard lots of people like it. I remember being on the forums of, like, this Super Mario World like fan site, and there was one person who was, like, super, super into it. So much so that was almost kind of annoying, but also, like, it seems like a good game. Okay, I need to maybe step it up with my timing here, because I keep messing that up. Okay, enough of that one. I'm just trying to do my Zek's greatest hits of the run, and then I can actually get on to, like, trying to maybe do everything in sequence. So this level is an interesting subversion, is that you actually want the ground to bounce you. If it doesn't, then, like, you're out of luck for getting a good time, but... I mean, interestingly, that whole system is kind of almost like Sonic. Sonic has what they call air drag, where if he starts slowing down at the apex of his jump, he'll start losing momentum rapidly. So, like, there is certain scenarios where you will want to keep on the ground as fast as possible because it's how Sonic keeps a lot of his momentum. I mean, it may be more drastic in Freedom Planet though, so I can't. Hold up, that's a new, that's a new strategy. I didn't think about that. I may have found a faster time travel method in this level. I mean, it's also using the drop dash, but new tech, yo. That so what I did there is actually pretty interesting. It due to how that sequence worked along with the drop dash, I was able to actually go around that loop once and then time travel instead of twice. The rest of the level was just okay, but now that I know this trick, I should be able to actually remove like at least a second off of my time. I knew there was something funky about this area with the drop dash, but I just couldn't quite put my finger on it until I accidentally happened upon it. That's actually relatively easy. I just didn't know how to do it at first, but yeah, that's a record right there. I'm kind of going through it right now because I'm saving a ton of time in each of these levels. Just one more time. Oh, right. Can't do that right here. I didn't know it removed the speed cap on like the or or I think in these versions they removed the speed cap on Sonic's feet, but like I did notice that in when I was playing Sonic 2 on like the Switch, where like staying rolling was definitely faster, but they at least fixed that on like these versions, so as well as like on this in this version of Sonic CD, as long as you have like the Sega Genesis style speed dash, it's like spin dash, it doesn't have the aggressively like low speed cap. I'm actually really satisfied with myself for finding this though. I think that's also a record. Anyways, and the interesting part is getting to this part of getting through the first part of this level earlier means that I believe you kind of avoid some of the trickier cycles of the level later on. Everything on this level hinges upon bouncing on the floor from a very specific angle, and if the floor just decides to not bounce you, then it just entirely ruins everything about the level. I was already. These people are like definitely cheating. You can't beat this level in like 19 seconds, but it seems I've further pressed the advantage on myself. I did not expect to be like 2.5 seconds faster. Okay, the main level I'm concerned about is this, because it's main scary time travel level. Hey, Zara, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, I've been really, yeah, so basically I found a new tactic for Wacky Workbench 2 time travel, so... Tails is sometimes faster some of these levels, but it's also a tricky thing of where Tails does have the, like, the maneuverability in midair. He also does lack the peel out for, just getting a lot of good momentum. The way with, Wacky Workbench 2 is... So with Sonic, basically, I position and do a spin dash at just the right angle, and because of that, I essentially glide through all of the, like, the spinning platforms perfectly anyways. I think Tails can technically do the same thing, but if they were to fly, it would actually be a little bit slower. And just because this level stresses me out a lot, but I'm gonna do it again, because this is one of those ones that's very embarrassing to flop on. You found a new tactic for Starlight 2 as Tails. Wasn't there supposed to be one where you, like, are able to, like, jump so high that you jump over, like, the ceiling, practically? I thought I heard something about that, where it's supposed to, like, be programmed to, like, not let you go over the level, but you can still jump high enough that you can do it anyways. I may be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, God. Because I remember there was, like, a very wavy floor. I thought you, like, jumped on, like, the downward slopes of that to, like, get the, like, the momentum needed, but... Oh, boy. Messed it up. The question is, where do I end up here? I think I'm gonna get stuck in the wall. Yep. I hate this level so much. I hate how it can just begin, like, it can just end in a soft lock. It's a pretty easy level without time travel, but, I mean, I don't get that luxury in the normal level, normal run, so... I think that way I don't get stuck in the wall, but that's also not ideal. Hey, MTEX, welcome to the stream. I know I can do better than, like, 24 seconds. Like, it's funny that the psychological aspect of this level really does mess with me, because in the normal, like, time attack mode, you don't have the time pose, so, like, there's no way to time travel. And I do really good on that version. I can get, like, a time of, like, 21 seconds. But just this the moment you add the possibility of it in there, I suddenly start getting very, very psyched out by everything. I can't remember if I greeted you, so MText, welcome. Sorry, my brain is all fast and also no think. Ugh. I should have known that was gonna happen. Okay, wait, no, I can't restart. The one thing I hate about this game, or that they changed about it, is that, like, resetting will keep you in that time zone. It makes it awfully hard to practice some of these levels in some of these, like, you know, some fashions. That doesn't trap me in the level, does it? I forget. It's funny, they actually, in addition to adding the drop dash, I believe they further shortened... Either they further shortened the time travel distance, or they kind of altered it so that you... Like, something about it, because it's definitely... That was not that easy to get stuck in the wall in the other version. Ugh. I think I'm done practicing this one. I'm gonna practice one more level, and it's one that I had a good grip on it before changing to this version, but just something about this version's a little bit different, and it changed how I actually run it. Wait, no. I messed that up. For some reason, I'm on my PS1 or PS5 controller, and even though I don't have any reason to, I sometimes get the circle and the X button mixed up for which one is confirm and which one is exit. Alright. One of the biggest, you know, levels I need to worry about. Let's see, I stand right around here. Right, I got the wrong audio cue, actually. For some reason, I was thinking about jumping at the second death. I'm supposed to jump at the second sucker in the boss theme. Before the update, I was able to do this like 100% of the time, but now it's a little bit more like 50%. Oh, I couldn't do it 100% of the time. I could do it like 90% of the time. Oh, I'm choking right now. Kind of rough, but I can do a little bit better. I'm just so happy. I feel so gratified to have actually learned how to do a faster time travel for Wacky Workbench 2. It's been something I've thought about since before the game even released, but wait, no, I didn't want that, but alright, it's time to get the live split up. Things are a little bit different now because I am unable to use, like, the, hold up. Why am I not able to move that? Did I really lock my live split? I did. Okay. Perfect. So things are a bit different because of the timing method in this game now. Oh hey, thanks for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, at the original game, like, original run, I had to... It didn't punish me for pause buffering, but now I can't pause buffer without, like, losing seconds. The timer doesn't stop anymore for that. Doesn't even stop for the cutscene. Kind of unforgiving, but... Yo, Dario, welcome to the stream. How's it going? God, this timer sucks. I don't like it. Okay, why not just... We're just gonna get, like, a good, like, baseline time to work off of. But... I hate how it only stops when it's, like, actively counting down the points. That feels so gross to see. It used to just judge based on the time that was just, like, in the corner. So that's a bit bothersome, but... I'll have to cope with it, I guess. I think it was done because, like, timing issues with the other games. Because for some reason, when they made this version, they, Sonic CD just has a more accurate timer than the other three games in this collection does. So I guess that messes up how they actually do all of this. I complained in the server a little bit about it, but I don't think it's going to get me anywhere, honestly. All in all, these are pretty good times so far, but just seeing that timer doesn't make me feel good. Normally, I'd be at like, I mean, the timer would be stopped, and I'd be at roughly like 1:30. I'm already at 2:44 right now. It also like de-incentivizes pause buffering there, which pause buffering is pretty like necessary for getting a good time on this level. All in all, I like this level. I like this version of the game better, but there's certain choices that they've made for timing the game in the official speedruns that I kind of disagree with, I guess. Maybe it's just because it wasn't like this in Sonic, like the 2011 re-release. Yeah, it uses, yeah, RTA, like, minus time bonus. It's weird. Because the original, like, 2011, it just used, like, in-game time, so, like, if you paused, it would pause the timer as well. And it was super nice, because it would also emit the time, not just, like, the time counting down the score, but also the time for the end theme, and any time you use pause buffering. But it doesn't do that here now. That might be too far, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, gross. I haven't had this issue in quite a while. I swear to God, I'm so upset at myself. I hate this. Is there any other ways I could lose time here? You know, this timer is making me upset. I don't like it. Seeing the timer tick down like this is bothering me severely, and I want to not do this right now. I want to see my actual times instead of what they say my times are, because um, okay. So I'm gonna be playing the game with normal in-game time because that timer bothers me so much, so immensely, that I can't stand it. I like seeing like my actual time for my levels instead of like that noise. Wait. No, that doesn't seem right either. Okay, I kind of messed up. I kind of messed up how I was timing things right now, so I'm just gonna restart that. But like, if they want to time, if they want to decline my run, they can decline my run. But also, there's no reason to decline a run that's like proper, I guess. Like they can retime it if they want, but I personally cannot stand having to see that timer being this way. Hey, hey, hey. No demo. Why does this game have a demo mode? I wouldn't say that's a good strategy. I'm not supposed to like jump at the loop there or that curve there, but you know what? Whatever. It's the one thing I don't understand is why for some reason they don't use in-game time for this one because like it's the one game where it would make the most sense. With everything else, the timers are very like inaccurate, and there's also lots of like cutscenes in all three of the other games where you take control of Sonic without there being like a level. Because like Scrap Brain Zone 3 introduction cutscene, like the whole like build up to the Death Egg and stuff, and like a lot of Hidden Palace Zone is like that, but Sonic CD doesn't have anything like that. Everything just happens in the levels, including like the whole thing where Amy gets kidnapped. So, I mean, even with like the time travel cutscenes, though, it doesn't really make sense because you're not controlling Sonic in any like way. Like they figured this out. Like for, I wouldn't be so bothered by this if they figured this out for Sonic CD 2011, but and this is essentially the same release, but then they just decided, what if we mess this up for no reason? I don't really think there's any way I could like change their thoughts on it, but whatever happens, I'm using this timer for now because it feels icky to use the other one. I mean, yeah, that's the only way I could really, like, argue that. Like, I'm guessing it's just a consistency thing, but it's just so weird. Like, I would imagine, at the very least, just for, like... Well, I mean, like, I guess not even that, because, like... I could understand if it was, like, timed like this for, like, you know, the story mode runs, I guess, but just as a standalone game, it works better when it's just, like, timed the way it is. Like, in 2011. I can't speak for anybody there, and I don't, like, think that they're doing this out of, like, ill will. It just... I don't like change, I guess. Well, okay, not very smooth, but you know what? This is just a general practice run, so... At the very least, I'll keep my pause buffering to a minimum. I mean, there's only... That's a very fine Tidal Tempest, too. That's actually so low of a time, considering I didn't even do the fast strategy. That is kind of a messed up scenario. Like, you'd think they'd prioritize the older stuff at the very least. Especially for something that's such a short category. Boy, that trick was a lot harder when I started, but now I'm able to do it consistently enough to actually do it in a run. It's run viable Tidal Tempest 2 early time travel. I have to say, yeah, that's definitely worse. Like, I mean, the one thing I think that, like, should especially make priority, even over, like the age of, or, like, when the run was uploaded, is especially, like, which one's faster. Like, if one claims to be faster than the other, maybe you should give that a look-see, especially if it's also older. I don't know, I think that Sonic Origins has very questionable, like, speedrun implementation, honestly. That's just me. I mean, the mods can, like, kill me on sight for saying that if this run actually gets so good that it can upload it, but maybe I'll just probably toss this one anyways. I mean, this is a garbage run anyways, just because I missed the Tidal Tempest 2 or 3 boss skip, but I still don't quite have the timing down on it. I feel like it's a little bit less lenient than it was in 2011. No! You bastard! Okay, well... the possibility of me getting, like, sub 13 is not out of the question, but it's also not really reasonable, I guess. Well, I mean, it's relevant to the whole, like, topic of Sonic speedrunning, and I've been kind of griping over them too, so, like, I wouldn't give you too hard of a time on that one, honestly. I get that it's, like, it's a very complex situation, because I think Sega kind of may have botched their implementation of certain things in this game, which has made it hard for, like, speedrunners to distinguish what thing is, like, the right way to time out everything, but it's more complex than that too, I guess. Oh, I don't want this. All things considered, this isn't the worst version of this level I could have, considering the mess that was me just trying to frantically remove that time travel post from myself. This is just a, practice run, I guess. Kind of. Hey, Battle Plays Game, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is my first time actually sitting down and speedrunning this proper in quite a while, but I've been working on this a lot in my off time. I speedran, like, the old version of Sonic CD, like the 2000 re-release, but I've definitely been working hard at trying to get this one down, too. I want to say I could get, like, I could get, like, 12 minutes, but... Oh. Oops. I'm not used to doing that without pause buffers, so... Yeah, the 2011 version is very good. I'm very spoiled by the addition of the drop dash in this one. Like, as seen even there, it makes the beginning of Wacky Workbench 1 a lot safer. Though it can't stop that, so... Oh, Lord. I have not had this issue ever. My god. Could I go up into the ceiling another time? No? Okay, good. That is the worst time I've actually gotten on that level in months. I never get less than, like, 34 usually. Okay, but I can try my new speedrun, my new time travel technique, too. There we go. That's so easy, and I can't believe I didn't figure it out sooner. Just use the time travel speed from the spring, drop dash, pick up the pass sign, and that's it. Oh. Okay, still a bad version of the level, but also, like, it could be a lot worse. Like, I think in the original version, like 43, 42 seconds was kind of like my limit, but now I can beat the level in roughly, like, 34 seconds if I put my mind to it. Yeah, you'd definitely be right about that. I mean, like, even just that exit sequence is faster and easier because of the drop dash, considering the optimal strategy used to be wait, like stand on one of those blocks and then just spin dash off of it. But now you can just do that without having to spin dash. It's nice. Plus, it makes it a funny thing for like showing off because you could just outrun Eggman now. That is the best time I've ever gotten on that level. I'm breaking a lots of records, like personal records for myself today. I broke my Title Tempest 2, I broke my Wacky Workbench 2, now my Stardust Speedway 1. I think there's a couple of bits of finesse I could add into this version of Stardust Speedway 2 as well, but I haven't quite figured those out. So I mean, 22 seconds is still very solid, as is the 19.8 seconds for the other one. The really bad vibe, just the really inhuman urge to just spin dash and peel out to the theme. Yeah, Stardust Speedway 3 is kind of like one of those sleeper things that's kind of like hard to take seriously sometimes, and if you caught sleeping at the wheel, the game can just punish you very heavily for it. Heck, even I've died, like, very recently during practice, like, playing the level, so I can totally understand why it would make you feel nervous. Yeah, for Stardust Speedway 2, the tricks I used were mostly, like, 2011 viable, except for, like, the drop dash at the start, but using a couple of jumps, you can build up a stupid amount of momentum. Oh boy. I don't know why I got so sheepish, but I really kind of didn't want to. I didn't want to get like soft locked there in the wall, so I'll take that loss. This is a practice run. I've been spending like half of it complaining about um, speedrun.com's integration for the game and other things, so I'm not gonna send this anyways. Okay, I messed that up. I mean, sub 15 in 2011, you should be able to get there with a fair amount of practice. That's... Yeah, I'm definitely not getting my sweet sub 13 right now, but it's alright. I'll have to deal with that. Stand right here, roughly. Okay, well, that's not too bad for, like, a start. There's some things I still really need to work out. Oh, hey, right, I forgot. It actually gives, like, the proper ending for the game. Well, semi-proper, they kind of fast-forward the animation, and it kind of bothers me. Like, usually the song only starts by this part, and the animation's a lot slower. I'm just very nitpicky about the ending of this game. As for the run, a lot of the parts of it were pretty good. Collision Chaos 2 lacked, Tidal Tempest 3 is the main reason I didn't get, under 13 minutes, but... In the end, who's on your side? Let's see. Everything is all overall pretty tight, I guess, but... Let's update that as my best times. Okay, now I have a baseline to work with. For now, I think overall I'm going to need to practice more of Tidal Tempest 3. Metallic Madness 1, I'm still just so psyched out about that it makes me play the level way worse than I have any right to. So, with all that in mind, Why does it just boot me out? That's weird. Where does it put me, though? Does it just put me in... Yeah, they unfortunately did not fix the timer bug. I don't think they know of it, honestly. The one unfortunate part I've been kind of complaining about over the last, like, few minutes is that they also, like, the speedrunner moderators had decided to adopt a different kind of timing for this game, where it only stops the timer during, like, the pause when you're actively getting the score added up. So, like, the ending level theme and any pause buffering is not, like, it doesn't stop the timer for that, which has been bothering me, so I have been doing my own thing instead. Wait, no. Practice this a couple more times, and then I'll actually get back into the runs. Ugh. I mean, I know this isn't the main part of the run that I'm trying to practice, but also I feel so bad about messing that up. Wait, huh? Oh, I only got 3 hits on him. I'm absolutely messed up. How did I mess that up? God, what am I doing? I'm choking. Okay, the important part is the boss skip, but... So if for you, Battle Plays, if you're running 2011, I would recommend doing that trick that I just demonstrated, if you aren't already. Most other runners I've seen do a different setup for it, but I find that standing in that location under the boss and then, like, you know, jumping up is a better way to position myself for the quick kill. It's a bit different positioning for here versus 2011, though. Also, I'm kind of messing it up still. Goodness. Okay, how am I messing that up? Yeah, I find Sonic Origins has, like, a more, like, square pixel ratio. So it definitely is, a bit different. I still don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I hate practicing this one over and over, but... God, what am I doing? I'm very bothered by this boss. This is not that hard, but... Something about the different, like, ratio about this. The 15-15 should be a good goal. I would definitely push for, like, even, like, a 15 minutes if you could, but... I think I need to hold left more. That's actually the thing. It's also an issue, because if I hold left too much, I'm going to actually grab the wrong bubble as well, so that's a concern, but... I definitely recommend, if you're just, like, getting started, I would definitely recommend for... Especially for the levels where time travel isn't relevant, just, like, practicing those in time attack as much as physically possible. Like, that's the main way I've, like, figured out a lot of stuff of how to speedrun these games, is just, like, watching videos and just trying to mimic them over time. Although I am happy to say that, and as far as this game goes, I have some fresh new tricks that nobody has seen before. Alright, why don't I just start another run? I can't believe I'm getting away with that jump. It's such a stupid jump, but... But aiming for, like, 30-second barriers is a good, healthy way to start, like, you know, trying to progress through things. That's a clean version of that level. The one thing I've been happy about is that I've been able to recall a lot of these levels from memory the first time more consistently. It was weird because I haven't been playing the game very much over the last while, but over the past, like, week or so, I've actually gained a world record in almost, like, half the game's levels. The sad part is that was absolutely a perfect camera lock glitch, but also because I got hit, I'm barely getting a gold split by 0.02 seconds. It's, I mean, it's a gold split, but I could do better. Hello, frame drop. I don't know what happened, but for some reason my. Oh, I'm sorry about that. My fan is on because it's, I mean, it's more moderate than it used to be temperature wise, but I've been trying to make sure I'm keeping myself healthy by having my room be cool enough. I wish I could have it be less audible, but oh goodness. Second time I've had this happen today. That's kind of horrible, but I'll deal with it. I'm at this point where I've just started out my runs again, so like, yeah, the tube jump is definitely a big issue. Although pause buffering is tighter in this version of the game, so it's actually a little bit more lenient than it ever has been. But on the other hand, the way they time the games has also made pause buffering a bit more frowned upon, I guess. Why am I still up here? I hate this. I hate this level so much. We're not continuing that. The game has decided that that run does not get to exist, so it will not exist. Wait. Oh, I forgot that this version doesn't... This version of the auto splitter does not auto reset upon doing the game, like resetting the game. Yeah. Anyways, I would say out of my favorite levels to run, I would say that Palm Tree Panic 2 is up there. Wacky Workbench 1 can be. Both acts of Stardust Speedway. And I mean, I definitely would say that Title Tempest 2 is my absolute favorite, but also I'm a little bit biased because I've discovered new tech for it. I've, you know, played it a ton. You know, it's... For a while, it was probably one of my most slept-on levels, but... Interestingly, it seems like this. I used to think that this game, this version of the level, couldn't be beaten as fast as the original, but it seems like, I mean, I've reached like a 1266 on this level in 2011, so a 1266 on this one should be possible too, or 2266, I mean. I may not be streaming for too much longer, but I just wanted to get some good practice in, maybe show off some of my techniques, and just get back into the running mentality because I've been away from it for quite a long time, and it's been bumming me out. That's exactly equal with my last run. Well, this level's always as much a bother as normal. I just don't like them de-incentivizing pause buffering by changing the timing method. Alright, there. Okay. There's probably no way I'm beating my Tidal Tempest 1 from last run, just because that one was really good for no reason, but... There's also no way I'm actually getting through the end of this run. Okay. That's a shame. That was a good run, but... I'm a little bit rusty at that one, because I tend to be getting greedy and going for the faster strategy, and so I've actually gotten worse at doing that bounce. However, my goal is generally to maybe get like consistently. I would say consistently like under a minute for my first, like for the first zone. That should be consist. That should be relatively consistent with practice. I want to say that if I get a good full run, I'll probably end the stream after that, just because I'm gonna be streaming later, and I just wanted to make sure I got some good practice in, but I also didn't want to like be streaming for like 4 hours straight or something, and then stream for another 2 hours later, because I do need to pace myself. But I'll also be streaming Shovel Knight like King of Cards later, so I should have peeled out there maybe, but you know what? It's fine. I'm kind of in the red right now, but I can definitely like pick this up again. Okay, well, that was kind of sloppy, but I'll take it, I guess. The one thing I don't get is how my Title Tempest 1 says it's 24 seconds. Because I definitely got like 22 seconds on it, I think. I keep messing it up. I keep missing that spin dash at the beginning, and like, it's embarrassing because it's really not that hard, but okay, that's the wrong strategy again. That's the risky strategy. I'm not supposed to be doing that. not me, like, devolving at this again. Okay, let's reset that. I'll give it a couple more goes, and then I'll actually probably end the stream. All in all, my runs have been starting off cleaner and cleaner as my times went on, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more accomplished with that. That's a really good time, actually. Oh, hey, that's only a fourth of a second off from being, like, sub-minute start. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm actually starting to feel happy about. I mean, that's not an everyday occurrence, but it's also... It's getting to the point where it's not the most out-of-reach thing for me. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I did it again. I'm not actually sure what went wrong there, but I think I was holding backwards somehow. Overall, I mean, saving the start wasn't too bad, but also losing 8 seconds because I really messed up that jump was not good. No, surprisingly, I lost a little bit of time on that. I guess the problem is my standards for this level is definitely raised. Considering a time like that is almost good enough to get you world record, individual level world record in Sonic CD, but oh, come on, gross. I still don't know what makes this thing tick. It took me forever to learn it in 2011, and I had it like to a nearly to a science, but now it's like all messed up again. Get down here. Well, I mean, it's a time save, I guess. It's not the time save I want, but it sure saves an amount of time. Oh, come on. Here I was thinking like, man, this level's so free, and then the level decides to show me how not free it is. Okay. I'm actually kind of embarrassed at that. I don't know why the level kind of lagged there. Whatever. Okay, that's bad. Okay, I'm hoping. I don't know where I could save the time back. Honestly, maybe Wacky Workbench actually. Yeah, Wacky Workbench. I could have done a bit better. Oh right, Wacky Workbench is the main reason I didn't break 13 minutes actually. The rest of everything was pretty solid, but Tidal Tempest 2 and Wacky Workbench, I spent like a 20 extra seconds on this level. I mean, even that wasn't like optimal, but it certainly is a lot better than what I can do. Ironically, while the speed shoes are not a good strategy to get, they definitely did help to like save a few seconds off that. Okay, this run's been kind of all over the place. I'm definitely gonna get a record over my last best, but I'm a little bit disappointed at the results so far, I guess. Actually, come to think of it, how am I losing time on that? That's technically... Oh. Oh no. You know, I think this run's dead, honestly. I don't want to finish it. Yeah. Okay, I mean, well, this part is pretty cool, honestly. It's so weird to hear this level. I mean, I so associate this part with this level, like the I associate this song with the boss, but all right, this is like where the big Titanic Monarch thing is. Okay, anyways, I think that's about that for me, honestly. Been a productive little mini stream. I'll be streaming like hopefully like 5 or so hours from now. Okay, actually like 4, and I'll be streaming King of Cards. But for now, I think I'm gonna call it. So thank y'all for hanging around for a little bit, and I'll see y'all later, hopefully.